Hi guys, so it's Luke here for SimBoxx, and I'm back again with another episode of our series of SimBoxx Talks 2. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Joe Hughes. How you doing, Joe?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Luke. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate your time. So obviously we're here to discuss your upcoming European title fight, which we'll get onto a little later. But I think if we do things in a chronological order, if we can start by going back to your most recent bout, which was earlier on this year against Robbie Davies Jr., a close, disputed loss as it turned out. Can I get your thoughts on the fight and the decision?
Yeah, well, I thought it was a good fight to start off with. It was a good fight, tough fight. I thought it was, a competitive fight, everything like that. But I did feel like I won the fight. Watching it, I've watched it back a few times, and I think I won by 3 or 4 rounds, really, watching it back. I can understand now, people have different opinions and everything like that, but I think sort of 90% of people on social media and things thought I won, the commentators thought I won, everything like that. But, what can you do? Fair play to Robbie. I've got nothing against him at all. He's good as the old time dealing with him. What can you do about it, really? Boxing, isn't it? It's very frustrating because obviously he's not getting a decision. It's led to what turned out to be a long period of inactivity for me, where I could have had a few more big profile fights. Robbie obviously went on to have the world title eliminator against Ritson, which possibly I could have had if I'd have got the decision. But what can you do? What can you do? Some of the judging nowadays, it's a sort of it's a shame because it spoils the sport. But there's nothing I can personally do about it at this moment in time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just touching on that there, I think one of the things that's a real bugbear of boxing fans at the minute, and it seems to be an all too common occurrence, these scorecards from certain judges that are, often wide of the mark, and it's almost like not a week goes by without some kind of controversy, and for you being part of one or being on the, what you would perceive to be a wrong scorecard, it must be massively frustrating because as a fan, it's frustrating for me. So, looking at it from a boxing point of view, it must be even worse.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very, very frustrating because the thing is, doesn't just affect you that one night or, your record. Like, that isn't a big deal. You might be annoyed for a bit, but it's everything else that comes with it. So, like I spoke about, the future fights I could have had, the future money that I could have earned from those fights, that, could have provided for my family, could have done so many things with. And to them, it seems to me like the judges, certain judges anyway, I'm not, tie them all the same brush. A lot of them are very good and diligent and are doing their best, but it seems like some of them, they're either not watching the fight or they don't know what they're watching or whatever. I don't really know. I spoke out about it after the fight with Davis, and I ended up getting called in to the board for making certain comments and stuff. I don't think any of the referee, the judges that scored the fight got called in. And you look at someone like Terry O'Connor, for instance, who scored my fight 118-110 against me, when, like I say, most people thought I won the fight. And obviously he was involved in a lot of controversy with John Ryder at the other weekend. Has he called in or anything like that?
Yeah,
Who knows? But people question where all these results and where the judges come up with these decisions, especially the scorecards, because you can accept a decision if it's a close fight and it goes the wrong way, by 1 round or 2 rounds. But when it's ridiculous, it's almost as if you think, did they fill that scorecard in before the fight even started? Because no one else saw it that way, and these are so-called experts. They're people that are supposed to be judging. You'd think they'd be the most knowledgeable person in the room, but when everybody else in the room has a different opinion to what they have, and there's no explanation for it, it is puzzling. And obviously, being part of it and being on the perceived wrong end of it, personally for me, it is very, very frustrating, and it ruins it for fans as well. I don't really watch that much boxing anymore because I sort of think, what's the blooming point? It's sort of, it feels like whoever decided beforehand sometimes. But what can you do? Hopefully it'll change. with more people talking about it, and the more publicity things like that get. But I mean, it doesn't seem to be. But fingers crossed.
Certainly, like you say, fingers crossed that something can be done. But moving on from that, we look at the scheduled bout with Lewis Ritson. I think it was early August. You used to be a part of the Next Gen show in Liverpool. Can you take us through, and break down for us what occurred there and why the fight ultimately didn't happen?
Yeah, well, the fight was relatively short notice for me. I think I had about 4 weeks notice, something like that, for a fight. So I sort of really was hammering myself in training. As soon as I got the phone call, I thought, oh yeah, brilliant, it's a chance to, get back up there after, not getting a decision against Davis. So it was sort of real opportunity for myself, and really hammering the training. And unfortunately, I picked up a back injury during training. I tried to carry on training through it, and it just got worse and worse. It got to the stage where I couldn't even shadow box, or it was painful just walking around doing anything. So my manager pulled me out of the fight, unfortunately. But that was sort of very, personally to me, it was very disappointing to have to pull out of a fight. I don't like doing that at all. But who knows? Maybe that's a fight that could happen in the future. I'd certainly like it. Obviously, it depends what their plans are and everything like that, and how my next fight goes and everything like that. But it's something I'd be interested in for sure.
Yeah, so you mentioned there, your next fight, and I think, if we move on to that, December 12th, I think is the date, out in Barcelona. You challenging a boxing for the European title, European super lightweight title that you, of course, previously held, against Sandor Martin.
Yeah. Challenging for the old belt, which, really I feel like I'm going there to defend it, so to speak. I feel like I should still have it, really. But, going there to challenge for it against Sandor Martin, who's a good champion. He's a tall southpaw. He's got a cracking record. I think he's 35-2, something like that. So he's more experienced than me. He's bigger than me. He's in his own backyard. Everything like that. So it's a real challenge for me, and I'm really excited about it. Going over to Barcelona, I've never been to Barcelona before, so that's nice. I obviously went to, when I challenged for it last time, over in Florence. I fought an Italian in Italy, so fighting a Spaniard in Spain this time. It's all exciting.
Fantastic. Now that was something I was going to touch on. Being part of another fight abroad, as it is, like you mentioned, you won out in Italy, and now in Barcelona. Is this something you feel, comfortable doing? You're happy to be the away fighter as such in these bouts?
Yeah, well, I mean, if I was fighting in England, I'd still be the away fighter, so it don't really make any odds to me. It's quite nice, seeing different parts of the world that I haven't seen, all as part of my job. It's paid for, and I'm getting paid to do it. So they can keep coming up opening these different branches of matching boxing, and they can keep sending me on their opening shows if they want to. Keep sending me out to these different places. I quite enjoy it. As for going over there and fighting someone in, like I say, in their backyard, that makes no odds to me. I've done that so many times now. It would almost be weird if it was, the fight was in Bristol. I'd be like, this is strange. It doesn't make no sense. I can sleep in my own bed. What's that all about? But yeah, it's something I relish. I enjoy it. Going there, they got loads of support, everything like that. I normally have, a handful of. I've got a few loyal fans that will come with me wherever, that came to Italy, and they'll be coming to Barcelona and stuff like that. But they're obviously hugely outnumbered. But it's fun. I enjoy it, and that's the norm for me. So it's nothing new. It's just another challenge, and it's like I say, I enjoy it.
Fantastic. Now, how's camp been in the build-up? Just like, obviously you had the injury in the previous camp you was a part of to the Ritson fight, which obviously we spoke about just a second ago. But how's camp been this time around as you prepare for this?
Yeah, well, not great to be honest, but it never does go very well for me. It seems to do. I think that's quite common, really. You'll hear on a lot of interviews, a lot of boxers will say, "Oh yeah, camp's gone brilliant. I'm the best shape I've ever been in. This, that, and the other." Well, if they're all telling the truth, I don't know how unlucky I am, because every time I get ready for a fight, I get injured or I'm ill, or something something like that. So it's gone as expected, I'd say. I feel good and I feel ready and I'm confident. But you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. It doesn't matter until when you get in there. Nothing ever goes perfect, so it's all part of it. I'm sure it'd be the same for him. And yeah, just ready to go.
Yeah, I'm sure ultimately, that is the end goal. As long as you feel that you're ready, you're 100%. I suppose whatever goes on previously, as long as you feel like you're best on the night of the fight, then ultimately that's the main goal.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've ever been at my best, to be honest, in a fight, and I think probably most fighters would probably agree that they're in the same boat, that they you never really get there. It's a real balancing act. You've got to try and push yourself as hard as you can to get as fit and as prepared as you can, but you've got to try not to get injured or run yourself into the ground too hard. But that's all part of it, and it's a tough old game, so we all get knocked about a bit, and that's just part of it. So,
Brilliant. So of course, we wish you all the best for December 12th. And there's nothing more than myself and the team at SimBoxx would love than to see you come back with that European title and head into 2020 on a real high note.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So just before your fight on December 12th, there's a small matter of arguably the biggest fight of the year, the rematch between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua coming up on December 7th. So a few days before your fight, will you be watching?
Yeah, I expect so. I don't really, like I say, watch too much anymore. But yeah, I think it'll be a good one. It'll be whatever happens. It'll be one of those things that you want to see what happens. I don't know about paying the 25 quid for it. I think that's quite steep for a pay-per-view. But what can you do? I suppose they want to be paid a lot of money. But yeah, I expect I'll watch. And I'm obviously rooting for Joshua. You're always going to, back a Brit, but if I'm honest, I think Ruiz is probably be my pick out of the two. I think it just from the way it went last time, and their styles and things like that, I think Ruiz has just got his number, but fingers crossed Joshua can do it.
Interesting. Well, thanks for your time, Joe. It's been a really insightful look into, camp and your plans for the fight and everything else that's gone on in the field. So, I'd like to thank you for your time, and again, wish you all the best for December 12th.
Nice one, thank you. No problem at all. I appreciate your time.
That's great, Joe. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.